So, if you're interested in the neuroscience portion, let's see how this really works from a neuroscientific view, okay? The science of negative beliefs that lead to negative emotions. What are negative beliefs? What are negative beliefs? This thing that we're making such a big deal out of. Negative beliefs are nothing more than long-term memories. That's all it is. They're stored in a number of different areas in the brain, including the frontal cortex, the cerebral cortex, and temporarily in the hippocampus. The hippocampus processes new memories until they become so strong, so strengthened, that they will stabilize and become independent of the processor, the hippocampus, and stored permanently in the cerebral cortex and the frontal cortex as permanent beliefs. So little Johnny has to hear that he is stupid, or he has to feel that he is stupid several times before it gets stored as permanent belief in the cerebral cortex and the frontal cortex. So deep in each temporal lobe of the human brain lies a really tiny little structure called the amygdala, the size and shape of an almond, hence the name, which means almond in Latin. Now, research showed that the basic function of the amygdala is to assign emotional meanings to the sensory stimuli that it receives from the outside world. So when the amygdala receives a stimuli, it makes a quick assessment and presents to the brain a kind of a report that says, oh, this is really good stuff, approach, approach, approach. Or, oh, this is bad, flee, get away, disgusting. The stimuli doesn't have to be physical. It could be thoughts. So positive thoughts, let's go more towards that. Negative thoughts, get away, get away. To make this quick assessment, the amygdala uses a fairly rigid set of information that is genetically pre-programmed in the circuits of the brain. But the amygdala also draws on the information acquired bit by bit throughout your entire lifetime as conscious or unconscious memories or beliefs. So the information sensed by the amygdala are analyzed and signals are sent to the hypothalamus, the nucleus accumbens, basal forebrain, and the brainstem, where hormones such as cortisol and oxytocin and peptides such as beta endorphins alter the operation of several brain circuits. Neurotransmitters like monoamines, norepinephrine, serotonin, and dopamine are also released. And so these hormones and peptides and neurotransmitters, along with the physical changes such as blood pressure, heart rate, perspiration, and muscle tension, all create the physiological manifestation of an emotion, good or bad. So what the heck did I just say? An emotion is more than just a feeling. It sounds like the beginning of a song, doesn't it? Dr. Lisa Linden, who's in our audience, if she was up here, she'd burst into a song right now because she's got a great voice. Well, it's good that I don't. Emotions are physiological and chemical changes in the brain and many parts of your body. Depending on the combination of these chemicals, we experience everything from euphoria to depression. So the bad emotions are our early warning system that something is wrong. So when you have cognitive distortions, when you have distorted thoughts, this negative emotions of angst and fear and anxiety is letting you know that something is off, that something is wrong. It's a warning for you to do something about it. So your emotions, are you listening? Are your guidance system. Your emotions are your guidance system. It's letting you know that something is off. We'll come back to it in just a minute. More visuals so you never forget. Cognitive distortions are like potato chips. You can't just have one. They travel in packs like hungry dingoes. The first distortion triggers the second and the second and the third and the fourth in a downward spiral. The eagle sang, "Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy.